Jin's Anaheim concert erupts into global phenomenon. Every unforgettable moment from RUNSEOKJIN EP Tour 2025 captured in raw Fancams. No one expected it to begin like this. A countdown, a heartbeat, and then Jin standing alone under a single beam of white light. The arena froze. 9 seconds. That's how long he had to change his costume backstage. But for the 20,000 armies watching live in Anaheim and millions online tracking every move in real time, those seconds held an eternity. How did a man just months removed from military service manage to deliver the most emotionally gripping solo concert in BTS history? And why is everyone calling it the moment that redefined the post-enlistment era of K-pop? From the second the first note dropped inside the Honda Center on July 17, 2025, to the very last bow, RUNSEOKJIN EP Tour was no ordinary concert. It was an emotional assault. It was a carefully orchestrated display of sincerity, talent, and connection that left the crowd disoriented in euphoria. But what exactly happened in Anaheim that shook the fandom to its core? And how did Jin, the so-called worldwide handsome, end up becoming the face of solo artist excellence in just one night? The first shocking moment came long before Jin even sang. The venue exploded into a deafening roar when a massive LED display lit up with the words, "This isn't just a tour. This is a run." The reference was unmistakable, an extension of Run BTS, a cornerstone of BTS content for years, now reborn as RUNSEOKJIN, a solo episodic series that had gripped the ARMY community worldwide. But no one anticipated that he would take that series, reimagine it for the stage, and turn it into a full-fledged immersive concert experience. Anaheim wasn't just the first stop on a tour, it was the live-action premiere of a movement. Dressed in pristine white, Jin emerged through a haze of smoke to perform Super Tuna Rock Fur, a remix no one saw coming. What started as a playful, viral meme had transformed into a heavy-hitting rock anthem with thunderous drums and a full band. Armies screamed every word, not out of irony, but out of genuine awe. Jin wasn't just performing for the crowd, he was commanding it. And from that moment forward, it was obvious. This was no longer a solo act following in the footsteps of BTS. This was Jin writing his own mythology. Halfway through the concert, fans were left breathless when Jin paused mid-set, visibly sweating, breathing heavily, and muttering, "Hot, so hot." The crowd chuckled, but those sitting close enough saw it clearly. This wasn't a staged break. It was human, raw, honest. "I'll just keep going so I can meet more of you," he said with a dry smile, wiping his face with a towel and preparing for his next outfit change. The camera cut to the crowd. People were crying between powerful vocals in The Astronaut, heart-wrenching ballads like Moonlight Wounds from his new Echo album, and unexpected acoustic renditions of Epiphany. Jin's range wasn't just vocal, it was emotional. He wasn't merely singing, he was confessing. Anaheim turned into a confessional booth, and every fan felt like a participant in a deeply personal moment of healing, nostalgia, and triumph. But the most surprising twist came during an unannounced interlude. Without warning, Jin handed his mic to a fan in the front row during Awake and motioned for them to sing the chorus. "Your turn," he said softly. The fan trembled, then sang. Out of tune, slightly offbeat. The crowd didn't laugh, they roared in support. Jin clapped, and in that imperfect, unrehearsed moment, every fan felt represented. What followed was a string of breathtaking visuals, flashing lights mimicking meteor showers during Abyss, retro VHS filters during Run Jin, and even a surprise segment that reenacted moments from his variety show, RUNSEOKJIN, live on stage. Every detail screamed of intent. The transitions weren't just smooth, they were surgical. At one point, the screen flickered to display a message. "You've watched me grow. Now watch me run." The message was clear. This wasn't just entertainment. It was a journey beyond the music. It was the production that stunned analysts. Sources confirmed Jin had a direct hand in conceptual design, lighting architecture, and even the choreography cues for his backup dancers. Every second was curated. The fan cams, hundreds of them flooding social media within minutes, captured close-ups of Jin's trembling hand during Epiphany, his wide-eyed stare during Wake Up Again, and a subtle, unmistakable tear when he sang the final note of Echo. Nothing about it felt manufactured. This was pure, unfiltered Jin. Outside the arena, the aftermath was immediate. Fans camped out overnight just to stand near the stage for soundcheck. Some flew across continents, bringing banners in 14 languages. One held a sign reading, "Welcome back, Jin. We didn't forget you." And it wasn't just fans. Journalists, music critics, and influencers who previously viewed BTS's solo ventures as transitional were now forced to reevaluate. Anaheim wasn't a transition. It was a declaration. Data released just hours after the concert confirmed suspicions. The live stream viewership broke HYBE's internal record for solo acts, eclipsing even BTS's Permission to Dance, Live in its opening surge. Meanwhile, Jin's two albums, Happy and Echo, surged up international charts simultaneously, with Echo landing at #1 on Spotify Korea's global trending chart and breaking into Billboard's top 10 within 24 hours. The momentum was indisputable. Why does this matter? Because it proves what many still doubt, that a solo BTS member can command not just loyalty but global domination, not as a placeholder for group activities, but as an independent force. Jin has now not only matched solo legends but surpassed many by doing what most couldn't. He transformed his own identity without abandoning the past. Behind the showmanship, there's a deeper story. Since being discharged from military service in June, Jin has been in relentless motion. From launching the RUNSEOKJIN series to crafting 2 full albums and training for the tour, he's done in 12 months what many artists plan across 5 years. Fan cams from backstage reveal a man constantly moving, rehearsing, adjusting stage cues, and engaging with every crew member by name. This is not a celebrity enjoying the spotlight. This is an architect designing every brick of his empire. Perhaps that's why the concert's ending felt less like a goodbye and more like an oath. As he bowed, eyes glassy, Jin whispered, "I'll see you again, everywhere." The lights dimmed, and for a moment, there was silence.
No pyrotechnics. No car.
Just the sound of thousands of armies sobbing, whispering the lyrics back to each other as they clutched their banners. But Anaheim was just the beginning. As the tour schedule for RUNSEOKJIN EP TOUR continues across Japan, Singapore, London, and Sao Paulo, anticipation builds with terrifying speed. Every stop is predicted to sell out within seconds. And the question on everyone's lips now is simple but profound. What is Jin planning next? The rumors are deafening. A surprise third album before the end of 2025? A digital short film based on his lyrics? A multi-country exhibition tour fusing music, art, and RUNSEOKJIN visuals? No one knows for certain, but one thing is now undeniable. Jin is not following a path. He's building one, as for the fans, their loyalty has solidified into something unshakable. As one army put it online, Jin gave us everything he had. This wasn't a concert. It was a gift. And now we owe it to him to run with him, not behind him. The full Fancam archives from Anaheim, particularly from the viral RUNSEOKJIN EP TOUR clips under the user handle RUNSEOKJIN HD, are now being studied by fans not just for choreography or setlist breakdowns, but for hidden messages, eye contact moments, lyric variations, or clues to what might come next. This is no longer about the music alone. It's about the chase, the mystery, and the ever-deepening relationship between Jin and ARMY. The more you watch, the more you realize, this isn't over.